It's the Tell Me Something Good podcast.
Because we believe that there is still good in the world.
Hi, I'm Lori Gray.
And I'm Rob Joe. We talk about the good things happening at Christ United Methodist Church here in Greensboro, North Carolina.
And we have a little fun, too.
We're so glad you're here.
Rojo, you ready?
Yeah, let's get this show on the road.
Or podcast.
Yes, let's get this podcast on the road.
Well, hello, Rojo.
Good morning.
You had a little situation. You were trying to get ready for us to start recording, and it was very funny. I'm sorry.
It's a rainy Monday morning. Give me just a moment to settle myself.
We've been very busy this morning already.
It has been a busy day for sure. All kinds of goodness coming through all the channels of Christ Church.
Yeah. So this morning, I mean, I've been at my desk for maybe 10 minutes so far.
That's pretty generous on my end, maybe 5 here. Yeah.
So we are, this past weekend, we kicked off our generosity worship series. What is it?
It's Time is the generosity campaign.
I know, but I'm talking about
and then Wisely is our worship series.
I was going to say It's Wisely. I was going to combine the two.
But I mean, it is Wisely.
It is Wisely, yes. Well, I know the stewardship campaign title. It is
Thank you for showing some grace, y'all.
And it has been raining. And as you can hear, I'm very nasally.
Yes.
Because I'm still
Janice from Friends.
Yeah.
We really are not putting this out to the people, but I think we are.
I'm trying to make Robert feel better. He's a little bit grumpy today.
So anyway, we kicked off our worship series yesterday.
We did, but before we get into everything, we have to do something good.
Of course. So
you go first.
I'll share my quick something good for this week. We joined 3 new members yesterday, and we had 2 at 9, and we had 1 at 11, and it was just so fun to have these folks join us, some of which have been visiting for a few years now, and some for a shorter period of time. And regardless of any of that, we're just grateful that they are here and that they are coming alongside us as we embrace all people with the balanced love of God.
I love it when we get to welcome new members.
It is quite wonderful.
I love it so much. So my something good is as we mentioned just a few minutes ago, we kicked off our generosity worship series, Wisely, to coincide with our It's Time generosity campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And to do that, so yesterday our generosity moment was we interviewed the kids, like asking them, where do they think the church gets their money from. So yesterday, in between worship services, during the Sunday school hour, families of children who are in elementary school, and actually it ended up being like everybody, which was awesome. We had a generosity market.
Yes.
And it was very well attended. I loved it because we had some adults helping with the stations. The youth came in instead of doing their Sunday school. They came in and helped with stations. And then these families came in and they got to earn coins. So there were stations to earn coins, to spend coins, or to give back. Okay. Or their little baggies said save, so they could save some of their coins and take them home.
Nice.
And there was no instruction other than, the goal is to earn 3 coins, and then you go spend them or give them or save them, however you want to do it. But nothing other than that. And I heard some great conversations with families saying, well, you don't have any more coins. You've got to go earn some more coins if you want to press on tattoo.
That's amazing. I love it.
Well, and it was really cool because Lynn, in the middle of so we did this in the gym, and the earn and spend tables stations were around the perimeter of the gym, and in the middle was the give. And Lynn counted up yesterday the amount of money that the kids gave back, and we had it split up into 4 different ways to give back to the church. And one was the building, one was staff, one was for craft supplies, and one was for Peck Elementary, which is our missions.
Nice.
So the building got 119 coins.
Okay.
The staff got 79. The crafts and supplies got 67. And Peck Elementary got 141.
Wow.
Which is, that's pretty cool. And that, honestly, you don't know when you do something like this, like, well, the give back part get any? But it did. It got a lot.
Sure.
And it looked like everybody had a great time. So that was, I'm sorry, that was a very long something good. But
No, well, I think
it
that's
was so much
important.
fun.
And I think it's really cool, and it just is a testament to the culture here at Christ
Yes.
Greensboro, is that there is this spirit of generosity and the spirit of giving, maybe sometimes even more than you would in other facets of your life, because
Yeah.
you believe so wholeheartedly in the missions that you're willing to give a little bit more. And so for us to, or not us, but for the children to see such value in Peck and in supplies and all these other things, is really, really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. So one thing that I think gets lost, I mean, I know it was lost on me because, I've kind of been in the middle of all the giving stuff. And we as a church make a commitment to, when people give their money to the church, we make a commitment to give 10% to missions. And so, and we do that. We actually do more than that. But in addition to that 10%, we have to pay apportionments to the United Methodist Church.
Yes.
And so then the United Methodist Church takes part of that percentage of those apportionments, and also gives it to missions. So
Sure.
as a whole, given to the church really does give a lot to missions. It just also takes a building and paying the
Sure.
people to manage it, and all it takes
Sure.
it takes all of that. So anyway, it's been a learning experience for me. I think it's now a learning experience for our children, and we've been doing it and having fun. So
I appreciate that.
anyway, speaking of missions coming up, something that's very important, just with the Hurricane Helene response, the emergency response training has been scheduled, and it is coming up this Saturday,
Yes.
the 16th.
Saturday the 16th from 9 to 4 p.m.
Yes. And you can register for that at christgreensboro.org/Helene. There are some costs involved with it, and I don't have that in front of me, but there's a background check, so you have to be part of that or do that to get your certification. And from what I understand, the way this works, if you want to go into needed areas, there has to be one emergency response trained person for every one that's not emergency response trained. So this is
Interesting.
really
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
That if you are able, willing and able to come and do this training, that we need you. So
Sure.
again, christgreensboro.org/Helene.
Yeah. So staying in that missions category, maybe that's where we are today, who knows? But our ongoing partnership with Peck Elementary is a great way to support not only a local elementary school, but also just Greensboro as a whole, right? So this past week, we have had volunteers over at Peck Elementary packing boxes and just helping our friends and neighbors there get ready for their move to their new building. So I was really excited when, through my inbox, Al Reeves sent me a picture of him and two other church members. And
One of my friends, Dana Vaughn.
yeah. And while we're naming names, Joe Grady.
Yes.
But so I just think it's so cool that not only are we, involved in like these kind of standing reservations, if you will, with Peck Elementary, things that we do already, but then these kind of spontaneous fun things that are super helpful to them as they continue trying to educate the next generation. But we're kind of coming in alongside them in a way that seems, maybe it's like just for a season that we're helping them pack or unpack, but it's still an important thing that we're doing.
It's truly a partnership. I think a lot of times with mission work, like it used to be, I think it's moving more towards partnerships and community building, but it used to be you would go in, you would do the work, and you would leave.
Sure.
Right? A one and done type thing. And now, just this, for example, with Peck, this is an ongoing thing. Like they're getting ready to move into a new building. But with that, we have some people from our church that go to the school every day.
Yeah.
And greet the kids as they get off the bus.
Yeah.
That's just a great community builder. And then one church member in particular was telling me that on Halloween, some of the Peck children actually came to her house. Like they came to her
gosh.
neighborhood, and she knew it.
Yeah,
I mean, And it's just, I just love this relationship
sweet.
that we've built with Peck.
Well, sorry, one more Peck story because I love it so much. So my grandmother went to Peck when she was that age.
Yeah.
She grew up in that Glenwood neighborhood. And one of my dearest, most special friends also grew up in the Glenwood neighborhood, and she went to Peck when she was in elementary school. And my point in saying that is my mom and this other friend, they have recently started volunteering together as a little pair on like Thursdays or Fridays, or kind of maybe switches up depending on their schedules. But they go as a friend pair over there and just serve and help pass out the meals and the food that they have donated to the families. I mean, not that my mom and the friend collected, but that the school has received. They're kind of couriers getting it to the different classrooms. And so it's really neat to me to see my family and my friends who feel like family getting involved in this thing, not only because it's Peck and it's a good thing, but because they have that family tie.
Well, and I love it too, because, we do these drives, the school supply drive or the Learn to Swim. We do all those things, which is just stuff. But then we're also like showing up.
Yes.
We're there physically. So, I mean, just that whole partnership. I just love it. Well, you want to switch gears really quick? Because I want to talk about something else really quick.
Okay.
Because it's coming up in 2 weeks. And it's so much fun. It's one of our fun intergenerational events.
Just spit it out. I can't wait for you to say it.
Oh my gosh. Simmer down over there. The Advent Workshop.
The Advent Workshop.
I'm
very excited.
Yes. So that is November 24th from 2 to 4. And it costs us $7 a person. And the household max is $28. But I will tell you, I love the Advent Workshop. The crafts, they're so intentional in what they do.
Yes.
And they're so cute. I mean, we're not talking about like handprint on a piece of paper.
No.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, these are things you want to hang on your tree. Every year when I put my Christmas tree up, I can't tell you how many ornaments that go on my tree that were made at the Advent Workshop throughout the years.
Yeah.
So this year, I've seen them. They were out this past Sunday. They were in your office before, and I could not keep my hands off of them. But, so our worship series for Christmas is the Women of Christmas, which I love. So there's actually like a little square canvas that we're going to get to paint and do our own interpretation of the Women of Christmas.
Okay.
Right? And it's so cute. And then the little button Christmas tree.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
It's going to be great. And
the oyster shell angel.
Angel, yeah. So I think the theme for this Advent Workshop, based on what I've heard from those that are helping coordinate it, is that it's very angel themed, like kind of thematic. And there's lots of blues and yellows and greens.
Your favorite, blue.
I know.
Lots of blue.
I did not pay them any money for that. They just did it all by themselves. But the idea is that, these are crafts that you're not going to go home and like discreetly dump in the trash as your kids are walking in the door.
Right.
Like, you're going to want to keep these. And I know I'm excited about the button Christmas tree and all the other
also
little
cute.
fun things.
You can also make an Advent wreath, and that's extra. I think that's $15.
$15 per family or per wreath, basically.
Which is a live wreath. It's not like, it's beautiful, and it'll make your house smell like Christmas, and I just love it. And the other fun thing that's going on is it's a best Christmas goodies competition. And so they have to be individual servings and no nuts.
Please and thank you.
Yes, not just for Robert, but we have lots of friends in our church that have nut allergies and such. So that is also very fun.
Yeah.
And I hope I get picked to be a judge this year.
Well, and like, just for half a second, going back to the live Advent wreath.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I just find this helpful because when I first started, I didn't know this.
Right.
So it's not that you're given a live wreath like from the start. You're given a mold, a foam piece.
Right.
And you make your own.
You make
wreath.
your own, yes.
And
I'm sorry. I was not
that's
clear
okay.
about that.
I'm excited because then you really get to see a lot of people's creativity. And some people, like in past years when I've gone, some people spend 30, 40, 50 minutes, just really getting into it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's really quite fun to watch. And some people, they do it as a family and people put in different sprigs and it is representative of their family. But I just love that you get to, you're not buying a wreath necessarily, like you're buying the supplies to make your own. It's really fun.
And you sit there in community and you make a wreath, and it's lovely.
That's the table that I feel like in my past 2 years of going to this Advent Workshop, I've seen the most intergenerational activity.
Oh, yeah.
Like at tables in that room on that day.
Yeah, it's a great event. So if you're interested and coming to the event, we do ask that you register. And so you can do that at christgreensboro.org/events. And again, it's $7 a person. And then if you want to make a wreath, and it's an additional $15.
Okay.
And I would say this as well. You do need to bring a box to put your crafts in.
Yes.
A lot of times I forget that. So make sure that you
Or
bring
like
a
a
box.
reusable TJ Maxx
Or,
bag.
yeah.
Like any of those things will work, right?
I would do something a little sturdier because
Gotcha.
putting stuff may not be as big of a deal this year, but in years past, like you want to be able to lay things
Yeah.
out flat.
That makes sense.
So some kind of box where you can lay things down. Something else we want, speaking of Christmas, this year we have the Greensboro Urban Ministry Honor Cards. They are available in the church office. In years past, sweet Judy Goodman, who is one of our saints that we celebrated last weekend, this used to be her thing. And so we have decided, we've always had them available here in the church office, but she was a big supporter of Greensboro Urban Ministry. So we do have those available here if you would like to purchase them. They're $5 each. You can make payments by cash or check. You can call the church office to order those, or just stop by the church office to pick those up. So, yeah, I mean, it's a great way to support Greensboro Urban Ministry.
Definitely. And in that same spirit of honoring and celebrating, we once again will be having poinsettias.
Speaking of that, I do the same thing. I'm like, I don't know how to say it. And somebody told me day before
Please.
yesterday, they're both correct.
Okay.
So choose your adventure.
I'm holding on to that because I always beat myself up. I'm like, am I saying this right?
No,
Poinsettia.
they're both correct. So
It is time to order your potato, your tomato, your poinsettia,
there you go.
and your luminary. I don't know of another way to say that.
I say potato. Sorry. You say tomato.
Quick musical
I say
interlude.
Tomato. Okay, I'm sorry.
So, if you choose and you want to honor or remember a loved one this holiday season, we would invite you to visit our website. There's also a QR code in our messenger, and there's a link to it on our social media, but those are all due somewhat soon. I think it's December the 8th, maybe. It's coming
Yes.
up pretty quickly. And that is because the luminaries are displayed on the 15th during our candlelight service, and the poinsettias, of course, have to be ordered and delivered before
all of that.
we get too far into the Advent season. So if you're interested, you can you can do a number of things. The three that I'll point out are: you can go to one of our information bulletin boards in our church building. You can scan the QR code.
Yes.
You can also visit the Connection Point desk, and they have an actual physical form you can fill out.
Correct.
Or you can, again, call the church office.
Yes.
And there's other ways of doing it, but those are three easy ways for me to tell you right now.
Yes. Very good.
So we hope that this kind of holly and jolly information has gotten your week off to a great start.
I mean, we were laughing at the beginning. I apologize. It was just very funny because Robert's stuff he was getting it all straight, and then, I don't know, it was just very funny.
And then it all
And
went
he
to
was
shambles.
grumpy, and then I wanted to make him laugh.
So we are so glad that you joined us today.
Do you want me to sing the grump song
No,
to
please
you?
don't. Please don't.
Are you sure?
So we are very grateful that you've chosen to spend part of your week with us. We hope that just throughout this week that you will continue to be kind to yourself and to others, and that you will be God's light and God's love.
And
right?
don't let anyone steal your joy. You
Yes.
keep it.
Yes.
You keep it right in there, because the world needs your joy and your light and your love.
Yes.
And thank you for putting up with us
Yes.
again this week. And we love you.
We love you guys, and we'll look forward to talking to you very
and
soon.
don't forget, we didn't give them all the information at the end like we're supposed to.
Good.
Okay.
Jump in.
So, if you heard something, need something, ChristGreensboro.org, visit that, or you can email.
Yeah, you can email us at info@ChristGreensboro with any specific questions that you might have, comments, questions, concerns, and we are happy to forward that on to the right person. And
Or
get back
answer it
in-
ourselves,
Yeah.
you never know.
Or get back in touch with you.
Or you can come see us in person, which we would love so much. On Sunday mornings, 9 o'clock is our contemporary service.
11 is our traditional worship service,
Yes.
and we have a small group hour in between. there's something for everyone, and I truly, truly believe that. I don't know if I would actually say that if I didn't. So I think that when you come and you're a part of our group, that we can help you find a spot for you.
And we really are. I mean, you might think that we just sound like this just for the podcast, but we really are full of joy. All the time.
Yes, most times.
Even when well, we always have joy. We may not be happy all the time,
Yes.
but we still have joy in our heart.
Yes.
Because we have Jesus in our heart.
That is true.
Okay.
All right, before she
sorry.
starts preaching, we're going to sign off.
I don't preach.
All right, bye, y'all.
Bye.